Hello and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Scorpio today. Scorpio, I will be doing a you and them reading. I will pull cards for your energy and your person's energy, the nature of the relationship as it stands at this time, and the potential outcome. But first, I will clarify the cards in the space with some Palo Santo. Okay. And keep in mind that these are general readings, okay? And if it doesn't resonate, or if it resonates, wonderful. Hit that like button and subscribe if you like the way that I read. It really helps the algorithm, as you know, for YouTube, and it really helps put my channel out there a lot more. And I'm really doing my very best to grow this channel at this time. So I would really appreciate that. It's free for you, free for me, all the things. And at this time, these readings are free. So the like button is a very nice way to appreciate the energy being spent and given. So either way, Scorpio, if it resonates, wonderful, all the things. And then if it doesn't, be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising. Check your other placements. Okay, but this message is for Scorpio. Welcoming in spirit to deliver a message for the greatest and highest good of Scorpio and their person at this time. This is for Scorpio. This is for Scorpio. The Death card was the one that flipped over, and that's your card. That's your major arcana. So this is for Scorpio. Okay, and the bottom of the deck energy, Scorpio, we have the Eight of Swords. So right now there could be a lot of overthinking on your part or your person's part. That's basically thinking of a lot of different ways the situation can go, maybe thinking of different choices that you could make, and then like if you did this choice, where would that take you, and so on and so forth. Kind of like a choose your own adventure book going on in your mind. But you know, be aware that at any time you can break free of those binds, and you know, you can choose, and I know it's hard, but try your best to kind of, when we're overthinking something, that's a signal to us to pay attention to what's happening in the present moment, and just bringing your focus back to the present moment can really help to bring your focus back to your own breath. choosing a particular object or particular thing to focus your energy on, particular activity, what have you, okay? So for your side, excuse me, for your side, we have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So, you know, there's probably been some kind of argument, some sort of falling out, disagreement. Okay, perhaps some people, either you or your person, said some things that they're not too proud of, or maybe they felt justified in saying, who knows, but there was a conflict of some kind. You know, at this time, you're standing in your own power with your own sense of self-assuredness, right? Like feeling a sense of stability in what you're doing on a very day-to-day practical level, right? You got your tangibles in order, and you're standing in your power, at least trying to, as much as you can. And with the Four of Cups, there's been some sort of, you know, rejection, disappointment, boredom, something of that nature. Just kind of like, well, I don't really like that. You know, like something was offered to you and you didn't want to accept it, or the situation as it stands now is definitely something that you're not happy with. It's not the way you would like it. And with the Ace of Wands, it would appear that you are going to be starting something new, taking your passions elsewhere, and you know, there's a swift opportunity coming your way. So, you know, if the feeling strikes for you, then, you know, you'll know it when you see it, and go for it, okay? Now, for your person, we have the Ten of Wands, Eight of Cups, Justice, and the Page of Wands. Interesting. Ace of Wands on your side, Page of Wands on their side, so both beginner energy. Very much, okay? So with the Ten of Wands, so this person basically has been feeling overburdened. They've been carrying a lot, and, you know, they feel like they need to just walk away from the connection at this time. And, you know, ultimately this is something that they've thought a lot about. You know, they may have communicated this struggle with, you know, family, friends. You know, they basically have come to a truth that the fairest thing to do in this situation would be to walk away, okay? Because, you know, it's been feeling like a heavy burden. It's been feeling like a heavy burden here. And, you know, they're wanting to start something new as well. And ultimately, I think both of your new endeavors are going to bring you both a lot of happiness, but based on what I'm seeing right now, not with one another. Okay? So, in the relationship as it stands now, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Eight of Cups. So I think that with the Emperor in between here, this is a sense of setting boundaries, setting structure, and then being committed to those boundaries and structure and that structure, okay? This is also very much the father energy. So, you know, think of that as you would with regard to setting boundaries and creating structure and being like, okay, like kind of like a boss, you know, like coming in to say like, this is what this is going to look like. And this is what I'm willing to give. This is what I'm not willing to give. This is what's working. This is what isn't working. And this is how I want things to go. This is, you know, and it's a me, myself, and I card. So I would say, since it's between both of you, you know, I would imagine that's probably what the argument was about, okay? That there was an argument about how this relationship is going to look. And what they were suggesting, how they wanted it to look, was something that you didn't want, okay? But they were thinking that that was the most fair thing. So yeah. So let's go ahead and do Five of Swords. What was this argument about? I mean, I just told you what I think the argument is about based on what I'm seeing already, but we'll get a little bit more information here. I'm going to go ahead and take these. This one was on top, so that would be there. Okay. So the argument was about the nature of the relationship, okay? You've been in your head about this. We got the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Cups, clarifying the 5 of Swords. And we also have the 8 of Swords as an overall energy, an overall, energy for the reading, okay? So you were in your head about probably what this is. You know, this is probably a what are we conversation, but we'll see as we go on. But the conversation, the argument was about the nature of this 2 of Cups relationship. What are we? And, you know, in an effort for you to break out of a prison of your own making in your mind, because you're like, I don't really want to be on this hamster wheel in my head anymore. Like, I need to get some clarity. I need to get some clarity here. What's up? And they told you, and that did not feel good. And at the bottom we have the 3 of Wands, which could indicate, you know, more than one person in the situation. It could also indicate a gateway transformation, also waiting for your ships to come in some way. But it is, you know, a decision between two things has been made, and then now there's an integration, there's a moving forward to pursue. Okay. Okay, let's do the 10 of Wands. Okay, so for the 10 of Wands, we have the 4 of Wands, the Fool, and the 3 of Pentacles. So your person has been feeling kind of overburdened, overwrought, maybe feeling like they have to be all things to all people, wearing a lot of different hats in their day-to-day life. That could be related to work as well, since we have the 3 of Pentacles here, but ultimately this person is, you know, with this burden here, they're wanting to start a new cycle. Okay, they're wanting to, you know, that in being in the Fool energy, they're starting over. Okay, and it would appear that they do want happiness. They do want happiness, commitment, stability, but given that the 10 of Wands is here, that would indicate that there was some burdensome energy within maybe trying to create this stability with you. You know, maybe they recently took a chance to try again with you and then came to find that that was, you know, I know, why did I say try again? Why did I say try again? Anyways, take it as it resonates, but try either again or initially with you, and there was, I think it's because of the burdensome thing. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter, I digress. So the 10 of Wands is a burdensome feeling, it's heavy, and it's also continuing to try. That's why, continuing to try, and continuing to try for stability, starting over again, you know, wanting to build something. This is typically collaboration, communication, cooperation, all that stuff. You know, but as we see, when it's related here to the home and commitment and like marriage card, celebration, I mean, it would appear that this wasn't really like fun anymore. It was kind of too much. So it was very hard to build that. Okay. Maybe even the burden was negotiating on how to what does the stability look like? What is the relationship, the stability, the nature of it? What is it going to look like? Because this is a working together, and so the Ten of Wands would suggest that it was a heavy, arduous process in that negotiation. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. All right, well I feel like that's some really nice energy here. So with the Nine of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Wands. And that is in the context of the relationship as it stands at this time. So, you know, I'm getting the sense, Scorpio, that you were showing up as the King of Cups, right? Combining like logic and emotion with this situation, you know, and being in having the Hangman energy here, you know, I don't think that you were doing anything. You might have just been kind of waiting, surrendering to the situation as it was, to the relationship as it was, and, you know, and wanting something more, or you knew how you wanted this Two of Cups to look, right? But you're in the waiting energy, in this singledom, right? Trying to get your other stuff on lock, which is great. And when I say other stuff, I mean like day-to-day life, right? Tangible goods. But being in the surrendering, being in the kind of like waiting energy, Hangman energy, it's a very still place, and it can be a very painful experience, because this is where we have our spiritual awakening, okay? And we're going to be here for as long as it takes. But I get the sense that you were really experiencing this energy as a waiting, because while you're waiting, you're way up in your head about everything, and you're trying to decide, you know, like, should I talk to this person about it? Should I not? Like, should I stay? Should I go? You know, there's kind of like this planning, wanting to move, but, you know, not yet moving. I don't know. Sometimes I see this card as like going back and forth with something, and then sometimes I see it as like a decision's been made. So actually, I'm going to say in this case, and then we got the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom, you know, after I shuffled and clarified for the Nine of Pentacles. So I think you were really feeling your confidence, okay? You're really feeling your confidence, feeling really grounded. You're like, I'm ready to have this conversation. No more waiting around. No more just being bolted to the wall here, because we got two wands. This one's bolted to the wall. It ain't going anywhere, okay? This is stationary. This one is moving. This is fire, wands, energy, drive, verve. It's going, right? We're doing it. And so here it is, the decision that you made. I need to get clarity on this. So I can move on. So I can, what's next in my world? What's next in my world? Because I ain't gonna be sitting here forever waiting, you know. Okay. All right, let's do Eight of Cups. What was behind the Eight of Cups? Why did this person walk away? Okay. So this person, okay, so the Eight of Cups is clarified by the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay. So this person, and then on the bottom we also have the Three of Wands. So this, which is the same bottom of the deck energy that came up when I shuffled to clarify those. Okay. So the King of Wands is like fire and air elements, all right? And that could speak to kind of trying to find balance in one's own life. I mean, because if you think about air and fire, it's like fire needs air, or yeah, fire needs air to come in to build it up, you know? And it's like two elements that work together. And so I would think, based on how this reading is laid out, that this person is like, look, we don't work together. And not just work, like go to the office, but like we don't work. You know, we don't work. And that could, and I don't know what the situation is or why, only you guys would, but what I'm seeing here is that, you know, there has been a defensive energy and a withdrawn energy from this connection. And, you know, in the service of trying to probably make up one's mind. I mean, whenever we see the Hermit, it's consulting the inner guru, you know, introspection, not so much isolation, more just like taking time to themselves, right? You know, really wanting to just kind of get in touch with their own self. And you know, and this person has been feeling pretty defensive and also not moving, you know. Sevens don't move. And maybe we'll see more about what they were being defensive against, because, you know, we don't know where these people are coming from, right? Are they an angry mob? Are they a gaggle of fans? Like, who are they, right? Are they raising their wands in appreciation and victory, or are they raising their wands in like, rah, you know? So what's going on there? So, you know, and it looks like they're stepping away because this wasn't really working, and that's the conclusion that they came to after, you know, taking a break, taking a time out. Okay, let's do the Four of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups is clarified by the Three of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Lovers. So you are disappointed by, you know, I get the sense that maybe you feel like this person was holding something back from you. You know, we see that they carry this defensive energy, this kind of tucking away energy, and, you know, you're feeling dissatisfied with that because it feels like they're making off with something, or or that they're being deceptive on some level. And ultimately, it feels like they're withholding from you. And that's not what you want. You know, 7 can also be self-preservation. So, you know, perhaps what they were offering you instead of, you know, instead of a love relationship, because that's what this conflict is about, you know, they either could have offered you friendship and you didn't want that, or they could have offered you like nothing and you don't want that either, you know. But you're dissatisfied with the decision that's been made, the lovers. Because I feel like you have experienced this person at one point or another as being somebody who you can be vulnerable with, they can be vulnerable with you. Perhaps you found that they weren't being vulnerable with you, because here they are being sneaky and withholding. That's not vulnerable. That's not sharing. That's not showing up. And with the defensiveness and the hermit there, you were dissatisfied with what they were offering you, which was, you know, defensiveness and something sneaky. But, you know, so with the rejection of whatever is being offered, we got the 2 of Wands here to the 3 of Wands here. So you're ready to go. You're ready to, what is this new thing that you're going to start? You know, maybe, because look, 2, decisions been made, time to get moving, you know, going through the gateway and integration and, you know, transitioning. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Something new. Something new. Okay. Okay, so what we have here clarifying the justice is the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. So, you know, this decision does make this person feel very sad. You know, they do feel sad, but ultimately they feel like this is the best choice, that this is the most fair and just decision for them to go and start over. With the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, like the aces and the pages are like, you know, little playmates. Like they're right on the same, it's brand new, right? And so a brand new beginning and planting a seed for something for the long term. Page of Cups, with regard to love, it's like, okay, you know, this little fish in the cup is looking back at this person. So I read this card as like, who am I in love? What do I want to bring to a loving relationship? Things of that nature. Also, it's an initiation. Like this is an initiator, a messenger. Pages bring messages. And so like, how am I going to communicate my message of love? And I have this cup. There's a fish inside of it right now, you know? But like, who am I going to give my cup to, right? So this person is at, you know, starting over energy. And they're going to grieve, you know. They're going to be grieving. And perhaps this grieving happened while they were in the hermit mode. Because, you know, trying to collaborate, communicate, cooperate, la-di-da, was burdensome, and, you know, they just got in touch with those feelings. And, you know, we can make decisions that are most fair, but we can still be hurt by the decision that we make, even though we know it's the right one to make. Okay. All right. Ace of Wands, though. Scorpio, what's your new thing? Your new passion? Because this new passion is going to make you very, very happy. Shit. Okay, I'm very sorry. Okay, so listen. I don't think you know what the new passion is yet, and that's okay. Because before you can get to the new passion, the brand new beginning in whatever you're, even starting over in your identity, because wands are also about identity. How does our action that we take, the things that we do in our life, reflect a sense of building and growing our identity? Okay, so you got double ace of wands, two of them, both of them. Prior to doing this, because you will get here, okay, you're going to be experiencing the heartbreak and the ending. And this is really tough energy. It's really important that you are very, very, very gentle with yourself during this time, because this is really hard energy, okay? Still a lot of overthinking, but the thing is about the 10, so the 8 and 9 of swords, like the 8 is overthinking, indecision, and thinking about all kinds of different ways in which one can do a thing, whatever, right? Then when we get to the 9, like we're really in it, like it's sleepless nights, just tossing and turning, crying, worrying, smoking, drinking, whatever, any kind of like funkiness, or just like blah, basically can't like shake it. It's hard, you know. But then when we get to the 10, it's finally over. It hurts, it sucks, but at least now you know. There's no more going around and around and around. And look at here, see the dawn? A new day is dawning, because when we have a 10, we come right back around to the 1. So this is an ending and also a beginning, okay? You know, just be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, because it's really hard. Okay, but the thing is, there's this heartbreak ending, but at least you have your answer. There's going to be a new day dawning. A new passion is going to come into fruition. You got double, so you might have a couple of opportunities. And then whatever it is, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be the happiest ever. So ultimately, despite this pain, this was the best decision that needed to be made. Okay? Because after it's made and it's all said and done, you're both going to experience really wonderful things in your lives. Okay? Okay, so what's this Page of Wands? I have to do it like So the Page of Wands, starting over, kind of, maybe not, yeah, like starting over energy, but also like the initiator of a new thing, the initiator of a new passion, like a new idea, something new to, you know, formulate one's own identity, so much like the Ace of Wands. So this person, that is clarified, the Page of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Wands. So there's a guarded energy. Can be a lot of confusion about whatever that is. So like this Page of Wands is holding a light bulb, right? Which to me and to a lot of folks is symbolic of a new idea, right? So I think they're trying to figure out what their new idea is. And at this point you might be saying, well, I don't give a shit what their new idea is. This person, right? Fuck them. Okay. Oh, wait, and what was on the bottom of the deck? Strength. Strength is on the bottom of the deck for clarifying this. So let's see. So the Seven of Cups is like confusion, feeling a bit overwhelmed with all the different feelings swirling around. A lot of these different feelings can have to do with their sense of commitment. It can also have to do with, like, you know, what are my values? Like maybe having conflicting feelings about different, you know, doctrine, things that they may, ideologies, things that they may have been raised with versus now things that they have learned. And that, because our spirituality, our ethics, things like that can totally, and they do oftentimes change over time and evolve to really line up with who we are as a person. Now, you know, what kind of person you grow up, everything develops through a lifetime, you know, hopefully. And when it doesn't, then you definitely experience struggles with that, you know. But ideologies, ethos, those things can shift and change and grow as we do as people, you know, as we develop our character. So there's a lot of feelings and overwhelm and sometimes confusion about that for this person. But you know, and they're also like, there's grief here, and then we got the Nine of Wands here, so they could be licking their wounds right now and just kind of feeling a bit wary. They could feel a little distrustful, guarded. I think they might be distrustful because the Hierophant can also be seen as the marriage card, the commitment card, right? And so I think that they're feeling quite guarded and distrustful of any kind of idea of commitment. And they very well may be spoiled for choice, but ultimately the Seven of Cups is like also not moving energy. The Seven, not moving, not really doing anything, but feeling overwhelmed and confused. And I think it's the invitation to the underworld. Okay. And so they're trying to find their strength right now because they've taken quite a beating. Okay, because that's what this is. Like the guy in the card has like a bandage around his head, and that's his story, you know, like he's battle weary. All right, let's do the Emperor. Mm-hmm. What did I say? What did I tell you? So, the Emperor falling right in the middle of the relationship as it stands right now, right in between you guys. There was communication. Ultimately this coming in, and the Six of Wands is like somebody coming back from battle, like there was a victory, right? And there's, a little bit of ego. They're getting a lot of adulation, adoration, recognition, okay? So this little traveler's coming in, but when he's laid down on the table, he's going this way. So I think you're the one that came in, like I said, and was like, hey, what's up, And so here you come in with the communication, maybe feeling victorious in some way over something. Maybe just feeling victorious of that you finally made up your mind that you're gonna just confront this, right? And it brought on this conversation about what the structure and boundaries are around this. Granted, we don't have any swords, but I think that's kind of going in alignment with the story so far. And then on their side here, we see the Ace of Cups, and then over here's the Four of Cups. So here's the Hand of Fate offering a cup, and then here's also the Hand of Fate offering a cup, right? So they made their offer, like, here it is, and then you're like, no, I don't want that. So I'm thinking that maybe this person was like, here, I'll offer you my cup of friendship. Or, I mean, shoot, it could have also been, here, I'm offering you my cup of like full-on commitment, like, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. You want to get married? And you're like, no. Let's do this thing. You want to get married? No, I don't want to get married. And then whatever. And then it was done for, because that can happen too. People can, because once somebody proposes to someone, if that person says no, the relationship's over. You're not like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? That's so painful. Okay. So there was communication about the structure and the boundaries and what is this about? Okay. And then, and in that process, a cup is being offered. Like, what is this? Is this a lover cup or is this a friendship cup? What? But ultimately the conversation was very passionate. Could have gotten a little bit heated. There could have been a battle of egos here. And it was also very emotional and very upsetting. It was overwhelming, overflowing with emotion. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave the Sun as it is. I don't know if I really want to clarify. Or maybe, you know what, I will. Because I'm sure you guys are like, okay, yeah, tell me more about the Sun. Because this part is dark and it sucks. What's going on here with this double wands energy? Okay. What's going to make me happy? And then, if you identify, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, like, the roles can be reversed too. So just take it as it resonates. You might resonate more with what this storyline is saying, or you might over here. Typically, when I lay it out, like, this is you and this is them, but it can always go like that, okay? Nice. Okay, so the Sun is clarified by the Death card and the Queen of Wands and the Empress. So, look, like I said before, the Sun, ultimately this decision, it was the best decision, the fairest decision to make, the most just, the most balanced, okay? And that brought an end to it. Death is irrevocable change. Like this relationship is, it's either completely over or it is, I mean, it seems like it's completely over, okay? That's what it seems like to me. That's how the cards are laying out here. So, but death is also, the card of death is also not only a final ending, but it's also transformation. Like something else is happening, and the death is on this side right next to these wands. It's like, so when something's gone, something born is anew, and you got double that energy. And you know what? You're going to be walking right into that energy with this queen energy, right? The Queen of Wands, like very attractive, very unique, very much in their power, you know, and here she is. It's like there she's holding wand. She's the Queen of Wands, and you got two wands right there. It's kind of like you got it. Like you go get whatever you want, and you have opportunity. You have nothing but opportunity. Nothing but opportunity in front of you. Okay? And that, I think, is going to be your sun, like your shining happiness. You're going to find that in yourself, and you're going to go out and you're going to be able to get whatever you want. Truly. And, you know, with the sunflower here, there's a lot of growth happening. Sorry, I'm all like weird and wonky and reaching around. And then on this person's side, you know, what also is clarifying the sun is the Empress. So, you know, they're going to be creating things for their life as well. And just kind of as a whole, it's like you're gonna be creating. So, okay, sorry. You don't have to chase anything. Look at this energy. It reads like this. Look at this energy. You don't have to, I mean, this is like such magnetic energy. Whatever you want, it's going to come rolling into you. You don't even have to go looking for it. No joke. Because the Empress, she manifests, she attracts, she doesn't chase. She's this nurturer, creative, fertile. So take that how it resonates, okay? But not just fertile with like flesh babies, but like fertile with like anything. And that's like the Two of Wands, like all the ideas, right? Or like all the passions and drives. It's like, okay, like it's just kind of like if you have a whim to start like a new thing, whatever it is, like you're gonna do you and everything is gonna fall into place. You're gonna do you and everything's gonna fall into place. But with the Empress and the Two of Wands, because we all know, I mean, the wands also signify, or the wands are very phallic, okay? So if we're taking that in a very literal sense, you need to take precaution here, because it looks like you're going to have could have a couple of opportunities, and you're going to be looking super hot, so take it as it resonates, okay? But I mean, I see this for this person too, you know, the sun for them, it's like after this death, they're going to be doing the same thing. You know, kind of after they, you know, whatever kind of, there's some fog that needs to clear here, it would appear, but yeah. So that's what I have for you. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess, which is an invitation to an invitation to get to know yourself on a very deep level. You know, whether or not you do already, it's an invitation to like really, you know, if you've heard about therapy, then start talking to other people about therapy. What's therapy about? Like, oh, but a lot of people know what therapy is about, okay? If you've been to therapy, you've done it a million times or whatever, you can go back if that works for you, or it's like just doing something completely different to like plumb the depths of your own psyche and spirit and all that. Really getting to know yourself on such a deep level. Okay, so that's what I have as far as the tarot portion goes. So I'm going to pull a couple of these animal cards. I usually pull 3 because I find that like I'll have one for one side, one for the other, and one for the union here, you know. I mean, ultimately, this is a gnarly ending. You know, there was a lot of passionate words being said, a lot of tears, I think. A lot of tears maybe, but in the finish, you know, if it doesn't work, if you don't work it out, then, you know, moving on is the best decision. Okay. Humpback whale, singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Cougar, assertive. In silence you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Wolf, pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and helper. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. I think that's really powerful for you guys. Okay. Then here is some messages from Melody Beattie. She's the gal that wrote the seminal work, groundbreaking work called Codependent No More. Fantastic book about codependency and typically like around addiction, alcoholism, Al-Anon, you know, stuff like that. Because, yeah, all the things. And so this is from The Language of Letting Go. This is The Language of Letting Go. These are the cards for that. And I'm going to pull a couple of them here. And they got this coating on them that makes them kind of grippy. I kind of like the sound that they make when I do the shuffle, like the waterfall shuffle. But when you're kind of trying to shuffle them hand over hand, they get all stuck. Okay, solving problems. Today I will face any problems that are mine and work to seek solutions. I realize that there are always challenges in life, but I know that I have the ability to solve them and grow stronger in the process. Nice. Healthy giving. Today I will practice healthy giving, understanding that caretaking and compulsive giving don't work. I choose what I want to give, and I choose what I want to give, to whom, when, and how much. It takes time to learn how to give in healthy ways. It takes time to learn to receive. Balance will come. Very nice. Okay. Then let me get a couple of little flower petals for you too. Throw a little sweetness in the pot. This was kind of a rough reading, Scorpio. I mean, rough, but like hopeful and in the finish, positive. It's one of those things, right? There we go. Rose, you are divinely loved and protected with grace. Nice. Violet, the answers and truths are always within. Orchid, your uniqueness is always perfectly lovely. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. I really hope that this helped, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.